Hello, MonstersAbound, and welcome back to Total War. Warhammer 2, Jesus Christ. Warhammer 2, Mortal Empires, and Part 3 of my Skrolk Campaign. Jesus. Alright, that was pretty brutal. Oof. These things are... Yeah, I would. I'll be like, screw this, I'm out. So we're laying siege to Altdorf, that's right. And I've just... Look at this dicko over there, this bright wizard. He's throwing fireballs at me. Ow! Just smack Skrolk right in the face with a fireball. What a dick move. Are you alright, buddy? Probably. I mean, you couldn't even see that coming. He's attacking the disabled. What a dick. Stupid fluffy air. I bet he thinks he's really cool, doesn't he? I bet he... Look at you. Look at you. What a knobhead. How much hair gel do you use, eh? I bet it's a lot. Right, we're gonna deal with that bright wizard just as soon as I can. We're spawning some Skaven in to basically... Clan rats to basically take the tower hits because I don't want them shooting at my, better units. So we spawn the units of clan rats and then the clan rats basically take the tower shots for us, which is, thanks guys. That's it. We're going to take out this bright wizard, shoot him in the face, his stupid face, with the Jezzails. He's throwing another fireball. Skrolk, watch out! Someone, get it! Oh, singe your tail, and ended up taking out some storm vermin instead, just as well. Good dodge. Nice work. Alright, already the units on the wall looking a little bit less than there were. Thanks to the Deathglow Bombardiers. And we're taking out the towers, we're taking out that tower, and this tower, we're taking out this one over here, just in case. They don't currently have it under control, but just in case they do decide to, we will remove that possibility. And we're taking out this wall over here as well, partly because the fire... Oh, not again. Skrolk, dodge it. Get out of there. No. Oh, that stung. Jesus, that was rude. Fortunately, the bright wizard is taking some Jezzail hits to the face, and he's now running away, which is kind of a shame because if we could take that wall, I mean, likelihood is he would have run away before the wall fell down, but it still would have been pretty awesome to take him out. He's down to 144 health and is using some great swords to shield himself as he runs away. What a dick. What an absolute dick. So they currently have some units in the city centre. They got some mortars over there, a couple of mortars, and some Reichsguard, keeping an eye on things. So, quite a defensive formation. Walls are breached. Lovely. So we've got a nice hole in the wall there. We need to make some more holes in the wall to make things a little bit easier for us. We are going to deal with the mortar by throwing a unit of clan rats at the mortar. Now, that might not be enough to help. However, fortunately, this fire wizard rallies and decides to throw a burning head at the mortar, which doesn't help as much as I guess he thought it would. The other thing is, as he's running away, apparently this has gone very badly for him because the burning head is heading right for him. Now, I don't think he takes any damage from it, which is a shame because I would have liked to see him burn himself to death because that would have been ace. That would have been highly entertaining for me. We're going to take out these bits of the wall over here. 68% damage. There we go. That's looking pretty good. The defenders on the wall, not looking great. I'll be honest. They've taken a hell of a lot of damage, and the Deathwind Bombardiers are just an absolute terror unit. 261 kills, and they just have single-handedly eviscerated the Jesus Christ. How many kills have you got now? Where are you? 313. Yeah, sure. Sure, that's fine. And I mean, most of these units are dead. I mean, they ain't going to be doing shit no more, are they? Where's that wizard gone? He's taking up position on the... Oh, there he is. He's throwing another fireball at Skrolk. Oh, you bastard. Someone shoot his face off. I want his head to come off. Jezzails. No, he's getting... Oh, my... Get him. Get him. Thank you. I like the fact he was spraying blood out of his head. Okay, a little bit of plague up on the wall there, which is going to probably finish off these units. Not that, you know, there was much left to do. To be honest, most of the infantry has been... well, they're just evaporated, they're dead, they're gone. So what they do have is some cavalry still holding position in the city centre. They've also got a mortar down here. We haven't dealt with a mortar yet. There's a couple of units of Demigryph Knights. They've got some Reichsguard as well, and a steam tank. So they're not defenceless, but I'll be honest, in comparison, they're probably not going to get much shit done.
Don't stop until they're all dead.
Oh yeah, by the way, our weapon teams, this is phase 2. So weapon teams, what fire throwers, and of course the poison wind globes now in range, so they can unleash, and that's going to do quite a lot of damage. Just spray fire. I'm going to pull back our hero characters just because I was a little bit worried that the poison wind might hit them as well. Skrolk's healing up thanks to a health potion. And I mean, these guys, yeah, they're not looking... It's not great. It's not good. That's a lot of dead great swords. But I feel like, you know, we've let the weapon teams have their fun. It's very much time for the infantry to get stuck in and actually do some damage themselves, because otherwise they're not earning their keep, are they? Although it is fun to just roast enemy units as they try and sit up on them. That's a lot of... Those walls are looking quite charred, aren't they? And then the poison wind globes come in and slowly just drain their health away. Oh, it's so good. Look how many dead bodies there are just littering the walls. This is kind of the problem with the AI. The AI will never go, you know what? It's a bad idea to defend the walls. And I feel like kind of the problem is that in Total Warhammer, defending the walls isn't... It's not always a bad idea, but it's often a bad idea. Like, unless you've got good ranged units, it's just not a good idea, because you're not going to win that engagement. You may as well let them have the wall and then use the walls to your advantage. To be honest, it's far better to keep your ranged units back off the wall, and then when the enemy units come up onto the wall, sandwich them between a couple of your units, and then just hit them with your ranged units. Jobs are good and done. It's a terrible idea to sit your ranged units up on the wall, because the likelihood is they're going to get jumped by the... And plus, they have terrible firing angles. It's awful to try and actually get them to shoot at anything other than directly forward. So actually having them off the wall, much better idea. Do that instead. We've got some Reichsguard coming in. Okay, so they're going to get a nasty little charge. Ow, that's going to sting. That's ow. You jerks, you absolute bastards. A little bit of Skrolk action over here, doing some damage. You've got 106 kills, which is pretty good. That's not bad at all, is it? I mean, where are the Deathwind? 379 kills on the Deathwind. 379. That is... over a third of the enemy army has been killed by the Death Globe unit alone. That is ridiculous. The Reichsguards, having got an early charge in, are now not doing so well. To be fair, they are now losing that engagement pretty hard. I probably should have sandwiched them, but I wasn't paying attention. I was more paying attention to what was going on here, because we kind of got the city centre. I was trying to take out the mortar, because the mortar is going to hurt. The Death Globe continuing to rain fire down on the infantry as they try and retreat, and the steam tank over there causing us a little bit of a problem, but should be fine. Most of the Skaven army now advancing on the city centre, apart from Skrolk, who's taking a different route, because I guess he's a trendsetter. He doesn't want to be one of the sheep. He's like, I'm going to take the different road. The road less travelled, which is a mistake. I mean, especially for that guy, because he lost his head, but also because Reichsguard. Fortunately, Skrolk should be fine. He'll be all right dealing with that, as we send in our units in basically what is a suicide charge. At this point, I'm like, we can't lose this battle, right? We'll just send in everyone and just carve them up, no worries. So all the demigriffs and the Right Guard have charged in. We've got some Skaven clan rats, men from below, that have come in from behind. So generally all fine. Here comes yet more of our ratty boys. In they go. How's Skrolk getting on? Is he dealing with them? Taking a little bit of damage, but he is slowly carving his way through them. He's getting there. He's doing it. The steam tank is just driving around. I've hit it with the Liber Bubonicus just because I, may as well. May as well. It's fine. So, the knights here, having got the charge early, now getting debuffed. Lots of debuffs getting on there. So they've got the Plague Rash. They've also got Weeping Blades. That's less armour. And then we're getting a Plague in there as well. So you'll see their health rapidly deteriorate. It's not looking good for all these guys. They are not having a good time. Their morale has they just dropped like a stone. They're out of here. And our ratty boys, sensing victory, are going to run down as many as possible. They've all shattered. So basically, this battle would be ours, apart from the fact that the steam tank is still meandering around. He's just... I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's got lost? Is this the right way to Albuquerque? No, it's not. He's going in the wrong direction. He's not quite sure where he's going. We've taken the city centre. The rest of the army is broken, shattered. The steam tank, of course, is unbreakable, so it will never break. So I guess we're going to try and slow it down, because basically I don't want to chase it all over the map. So some menace from below are going to get ploughed through. And then we're going to hit it with literally everyone. Everyone's going to charge in. Apparently the triads, seeing the steam tank, have a better idea, and then I send them back. I'm like, no, you charge that thing. I don't care how scary it looks. Skrolk and the council guard coming to help out as well. And here comes Pustin Fever, the second. He's going to start ramming it. He's also going to debuff it. So currently it's got 80 armor because of the Weeping Blades. And then we're going to hit it with whatever that spell is. And yeah, Wither. And then it has a steam tank with 20 armor. That's not a lot of armor. That's very little armor. And because, of course, it doesn't have much melee defense, that means it's basically... That's a very screwed steam tank. We did have to be a little bit careful about taking this one because there are dwarves heading up to... Oh wait, if I sack it, then I can... do that. And then do this. We're going to spend all of our food because it just makes sense, doesn't it? And also, yeah, definitely do that. Definitely do that. Do we get... Okay, so it doesn't give us any bonuses. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. Pots. Do we need pots? I don't think we do need pots. Having defences here is probably a good shout. And I would also like the construction cavern. And let's get some recruitment buildings in here as well. Along with the public order building. And we will then upgrade that. Now, we do have an undercity. I think we're just going to start conquering stuff. I think that's probably the best option. So if we look at our victory conditions, then we don't currently have the 50% corruption at the Isthmus of Lustria. We're working on that. We need to maintain at least 50% corruption. Now, fortunately, we get the benefit that because we've been spreading plague across the Empire, a lot of the Empire has quite a lot of Skaven corruption. However, ideally, we don't want to capture too much stuff. Because the more stuff we capture, the more stuff we need to keep over 50% corruption, which is a bit of a bugger, but it's fine. We also need to control 8 of these. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. So we need 3 more. Now, Mornington Crescent and Sartosa are right there. their options. If we could get bloody Malekith on side, so I don't think. Oh, you know what? I thought Clan Nation would hate my guts, but actually they're okay because apparently they don't like the Empire. But oh, they used to have a military alliance with the Dwarves, but they don't anymore.
You come, we listen. You speak.
Interesting. We could confederate with them. It's a terrible idea because they would we'd instantly get our ass kicked by Dwarves, but we can do something like that.
Yes.
And I how do Clan Nation feel about the Dwarves at the moment? Okay, it's deteriorating that way. And they oh. So apparently it looks like Clan Nation did a lot of damage against the last defenders. They even supported them in battle. Which is interesting. Okay, fair enough. Well, they're interesting. Okay, well, if we... I'd like to get Deathmaster Snitch, but on the other hand, again, the more places we conquer, the more places we need to get at over 50% Skaven corruption. That's kind of the issue at the moment. Like, we could take the Galleon's Graveyard here, but it would take a while to get the corruption up where we wanted. So basically we sat there waiting. So that's why I think... There's not a lot of osmosis there. What cities could we get? So... Kazakarak is an option. Karak 8 Peaks. Because we'll probably have... Yeah... It's quite a lot of... So we could sort of try and head up the peninsula. Up the coast along here. Now, the only slight issue with that is that there's a lot of guys trying to kill us. There's a lot of dwarves. They're not fans. So... I mean, we could take Galleon's Graveyard and increase the Skaven corruption, and maybe that's like a backup plan. I mean, to be honest, there's not a lot of Skaven corruption at Sartosa either, so it's kind of 12 of one, half a dozen of the other. Is it 13? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. That's a dozen. Good. Baker's dozen is 13. That's what it is. Right, Little Stuart is back. Ah, bloody Little Stuart, what a guy. What a guy. Gee, guys, he's so dynamic. He's got so much range. That's what I love about him. Vermes, I don't know who Vermes is. Oh, Vermes is you. Right, okay, well... You guys just sort of... You guys just sort of live here now. That's your thing. Right, I think you were in the wrong... place. Yeah, you were in... So, right, we moved you up. That's going to increase it to 50%. Right, that fixes that problem. We also are building corruption buildings to spread more Skaven corruption in the regions that we need to. It's not even 50% here. Because of that. Because Marathi's here, spreading her... She's riddled. Absolutely riddled, she is. Alright, we'll worry about that in a second. We've got lots of money, and I did say I would, in between episodes, go and fix the Undercities, and I haven't, because I ended up on a battle. It's difficult to... Because obviously, you know, I save at a battle, then I need to go and... It's tricky. Anyway, the point is, who's this guy? Okay, good. I mean, sure. Sure, you do something like that. Everywhere here wants... I just said your Quintex. We don't really need the money. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock that down. We're going to knock that down. We're going to Plague. That's right. It's plague. Because that should then spread plague to the Isthmus of Lustria, which is going to help out. And, you know, plus, in general, plague, just good. In fact, with that in mind, do I actually... You know what? I'm gonna get Hellkick to come back here. And we're going to establish an Undercity in Caron Car because we need more Skaven corruption here, and we don't have it. So we need to pop that there. Fine. We also need to be careful about what we capture. So I've taken Altdorf. We'll maybe go and grab Grunsberg, but then do we need to? Let's think about this. Do we need to capture it? And the answer is not really. Let's say the more stuff we capture, the more stuff we need to increase Skaven corruption in. So I need to make gains here. So what I might do, thinking about it, I might. It's slightly ballsy to do this. I might send Ikit Claw south to help out with the attack against the dwarves. So Skrolk will hold Altdorf and the surrounding area against the incoming Empire stacks. Meanwhile, 3 armies are going to try and head up the coast and take Kazakarak along the Sartosa, Mornington Crescent, and if we can get Kazakarak. Plus, Skaven corruption here is increasing, which is good. I think that's what we need to do. I think that's the plan. So, do we want Ulysses to come over and help as well? The only option, well, not an option, but a problem is we've got dwarf stacks in the south now. They could decide to come over and help out. Now, if they do, it's a problem, but on the other hand, it's drawing armies away from Kazakarak, which is actually, then, not too much of an issue. Let's... How long are you going to take to get up here? 5 turns. How long between each? I think it's 5 turns between each Undercity. So actually that works out. If we pop one in Blackrag, then we're just going to wait a couple of turns to pop one up here, and then that should be fine, I think. And Skaven corruption is increasing here because we're building we've got the Plague Abbey.
Silent killer, yes, yes.
In fact, we can pop you there. We might be able to do it without, but it's probably easier with the Plague Cauldron. Let me think about this. The Plague Cauldron, is it osmosis corruption in adjacent provinces? So actually, we don't want one in there. We want one here. Yes. That's what we want. Okay, that should be fine. I mean, what we can do, because we've actually got... Holy crap, we can have 35 of the fucker. Jesus, alright, well... I mean, obviously... Good. Right, you're going to go and stand over there. I mean, we might not even need that with 35 friggin' plague priests hanging around. I think we'll probably be alright, actually. Failure. Critical failure. Yeah, there's a reason you two are literally the worst. Where? Oh, we annihilated that dwarf army, didn't we? Yes, we did. Good job, guys. Okay. So we need a... Do we want a plague priest in here? Do we need one? We could get a warlock engineer, but I don't think we need one. We could get a... Oh, we don't have enough plague priests. Okay.
No fair's weak.
In that case, would you like something that's 1 turn to recruit? No. I'm fuck it, 10, but I mean, let's just get more rattling guns. They're just good. You can't go wrong with Rattling guns. Upgrade that. Untax. Okay, 2 turns. Is that a problem? Well, I mean, it's not great. We might have a rebellion there. We'll see what happens. It'll probably be fine. And I guess we're going to upgrade all this stuff. Oh, we need to upgrade to you because I need more Warlock engineers. Basically anything that's going to up plague. Not plague. Escape and corruption is what I'm thinking of. I've got plague on the brain. Which is one of the worst places to have plague. Okay, well there's stupid sexy Sigvald hanging around. Flaunting his bits, no doubt. That's the kind of thing he does. Okay, I mean, the fact that Malekith's going to be wandering around destroying my undercities is quite upsetting, but easy come, easy go. Oh, the Cult of Pleasure's declared war on the Empire, Bretonia and the Dwarves, which is bad because they're now heading for Sartosa. Oh no, actually it's good because we're military allies with the... We are, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are military allies with Morathi. Morathi was okay with us. It's just a boy who's a little bit spiky. Got big old spiky head. Okay, looks like the Empire's sending armies back north. But it does mean they're breaking away from... So we could maybe go and hit Mornington Crescent now. So the only problem with Malekith advancing is he's trashing our city. Oh god, there's so many stacks of dwarves. They really need to do something. The dwarves and the Empire, and even Bretonia as well, just so much money. They just get so strong so quickly. Unless you, like, nobble them early, you're bound to face an empire with, like, over 80 settlements.
I am blind, but here.
Hello. Oh, you want to declare war against me? That's actually fine, because I was kind of planning to kill you anyway. Ah, Karabug, no. I think Gorsel's next as well. Oh, but an undercity in Lorne Forest, which is good. It's nice to see. Hopefully we can continue to spread our undercities. Needling has... Yes, hopefully we should be able to spread... Oh, that's a good location to spread out from, so that's nice. And all good there. Okay, so... we can reach you. What kind of... You don't have any defense... Okay, we should be able to pretty easily capture you. Okay, boom. That's another one. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 8 we need. So we just need 2 more. So Sartosa, and we also need to deal with Galleon's Graveyard now. I was going to deal with the dwarves down there. But maybe Arkan can hold them at bay. Nah, he's dead. He's trash. He is Gobbo. Absolute Gobbo. Okay, let's keep an eye on what's going on over there. You are still recruiting, but that's okay. And Rabbies, you can have Elusive. Okay, we're gonna have a rebellion, so I better head back over to offset that. It'll be fine once we can sort out whatchamacallit, you know, the thing where people are sad or have public order. That's the one. Okay, we're gonna... there's that dwarf army. They're probably gonna hit Ubers right, and if they do, then Skrolk can go and murder them. So that's nice and easy. We've taken Mornington Crescent, which is good, and Cluny can come and help us next turn. You're level 34, and you've kind of got everything I want to give you. I guess Voice of the Horned Rat is good. It's something. It's a thing. It's a thing. And that's, you know, sometimes a thing is all you need. You are... That army looked a bit small, but it's 20 out of 20. I mean, if they can... You know what? Having our allies actually take settlements rather than us is probably a good thing, because it means we don't have to worry about the Skaven corruption in the region. So, if...
Yes. What do you bring before the hag sorceress?
Oh no, we don't have a military alliance. Do we have a... Wait, do we have a... Wait, what? Hang on. Did we not have Wattle? No, we don't. I thought we had a military alliance with Marathi, and we don't. So if they take Sartosa, that's a pain in the ass. So we don't want them to take Sartosa. That would be bad.
Yes.
I mean, I'm stronger than Marathi. She
Enter
fucking
and speak.
loves me.
Time is a luxury of which you have little.
I mean, come on, Marathi. Come on.
Denied.
Oh, God, the Dark Elves are the worst.
Yes, I am Malekith. I refuse.
Why? You... Oh, you're such a bastard. Okay, we need to take Sartosa, because otherwise it's going to be a pain in the ass. Wurtbad. Where's Wurtbad? Wurtbad is over there. We don't need a plague cauldron there. So, I guess that's just... I'll just leave it as is, I guess. Got dwarf armies we need to kill. I suspect they might head south after this, because they will have noticed that we've... I'm going to build defences there just to be on the safe side. And money buildings. And... Oh shit, do we not have defences at Pox Marsh? Okay, we'll get defences there. We need more Skaven corruption here, to be honest. Let's do that. We don't have... God, I've been neglecting this place. Public order here is bad as well. But that's to be expected, because it's... Well, in fact, let's not do that. Let's build walls, because these guys... That's my concern. Tretch has leveled up. Let's give him Tretch's Raiders, so that he gets some stuff. You can just stay there for the moment. Stitch, you can have, like, Counter-Strike, I guess? Sure. I don't really know what I want you to do. I guess maybe you could come over here and help me, but I don't, like, I mean... Why is it even no to... Oh, because of skill points, that's why. I don't really care. Because, of course, I've got them turned, all agents turned off. And I have to remember to turn it on for agents that I do want to... be notified of. So Black Crag is always a fairly wealthy city. Killed the line of duty. Fade Rife, the Temp, of course. No! I wouldn't mind if Malekith took the cities. The fact that he's just burning them to the ground is a bit like, come on, mate. That's it. Don't attack Sartosa. Go somewhere else and do other things. Because I need... No. Marathi, no. Bad, Marathi, bad. I need that. Otherwise I'm going to have to think up another plan. And I'm not great at thinking plans. Plans are hard. Is the Empire going to come back south? No, they're continuing to head north. Interesting. Okay. Looks like Skrolk might be in a bit of trouble. Ubersreich, I don't care. Oh god, look at that army. Flame cannons, iron drakes, iron breakers. That's a... Oof. I mean, even getting an ambush on that is still going to hurt. Getting flashbacks to my Warhammer campaign. Crippling flashbacks. at least Sigvald's doing stuff. At least Chaos is actually putting their finger out their arse for a change and getting stuff done. Okay, Ubersreich, blah blah blah. Ulysses is at sea along with his friends, and Ikit is severe, which is all good. Okay, if you go here, then hopefully next turn you can head for Galleon's Graveyard and do something about that.
Let the bell scream, scream.
We're not going to be able to hit.
Clan war. Now we dig. Cunning scheming.
Okay,
Caller. Scorch.
let's take this.
Yes, my harbinger of doom.
Can hit Sartosa next turn.
Fur and skin.
Oh, but Marathi's going to take it. Oh, and she's not, and she'll never have a military alliance with us. I mean, it's not... Well, is it a problem? The answer is yes, it is a problem. It's basically the answer is yes. Yes, it is. Okay, that's good.
What?
Impossible.
There's lots of armies everywhere, which is bad. Right, okay, let's get Skrolk to deal with this.
Clan.
Jeez, even with an ambush, that looks horrendous. This is...
Time to attack.
This is going to sting. Quite a nasty army that we're going to deal with as quickly as possible because I hate dwarves. So, Plague Monk Center Bearers going to charge in and take out the organ guns because don't want to fight those. Meanwhile, our infantry is moving in to engage the dwarf infantry, and we've kind of like pincered them using some summoned clan rats, and then we're going to bombard the shit out of them. That's the plan. I mean, it's not a particularly graceful plan. There's not much nuance to it, but, you know, it works. So that's fine. So you might be thinking, oh no, the triads, but that's fine because they're not the actual triads, they're the decoy units, so it doesn't matter if they die. Again, it's just a case of like pinning these units in place and then hitting them with all of the weapon teams. More clan rats over there doing the same. Skrolk is getting in on the action, and finally our actual storm vermin are now coming into the fight to help out. I'm being quite controlled with the weapon teams here. I have finally learned to try and be a little bit cautious, and so I'm manually targeting the units I want to hit with the poison wind, which is having a very much desired effect because basically that dwarf army is gone, dead. We took barely any casualties. That works out quite nicely. I feel like that was pretty textbook, actually. That worked out rather well. I thought that was going to be significantly trickier, but actually...
A bold move? Do you take me for a wazzock?
They did manage to get away. I'm not going to be able to chase them up,
Clan pestilence is all.
which is a bit of a bugger. But in some ways, weirdly, semi-destroying an army is sometimes better than actually killing it outright, because you kill it outright, next turn, they just recruit a new one. When an army's damaged like that, they're probably going to have to run all the way home, start recruiting again, which takes longer, so actually probably the better option. Maybe. Theoretically. Dieter Schaffen is now spreading plague. Excellent. What else? What else we got? It would be nice to have more undercities down here, wouldn't it? So let's maybe do that, see if we can get this kind of the Sylvania has kind of like escaped. I mean, taking Castle Drakenhof is another option. you know, there's a few options that we have if Marathi takes Sartosa. I hope she doesn't, because it'll be annoying to then have to take another city. I mean, if we're taking Kazakarak, it's not a stretch to go and grab Castle Drakenhof at the same time. So it's quite irritating that we can't get that military alliance. I mean, maybe if we have a shit ton of... If we literally have all the money in the world, maybe then we can have a military alliance. To be honest, if we can have a military alliance with Marathi, that would sort us out, wouldn't it? And we are stronger than Marathi, so maybe if we just, you know, really...
My patience, but speak all the same.
Maybe if we really give her all the money we have... No, not demand. Offer.
I shall not.
We might... We might be able to. I'm still somewhat dubious though. It's like Chaos is actually getting some shit done. Look, they're actually doing something, which is good. However, the Empire seems to be mostly focused on killing me, and that's why they are doing so well. Also, I've left Mornington Crescent. Mornington Crescent to its own devices, and to be honest, it's not ready to be left to its own. I'm just racing down to see if I can take Sartosa. If Marathi takes Sartosa, it's not the end of the world, but it is a massive pain in the ass. So hopefully, yeah, she's going to be able to take that. I mean, the thing is, seeing as we don't need Malekith or Marathi as if we can get them as military allies, good. But oh shit, I was worried he'd do that. All right, not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I mean, if anything, actually, killing that army when it's behind some very broken walls could well be easier than taking it on in the field. Because, of course, armies tend to be very, very defensive when they're fighting a siege, and as such, much easier to bombard from long range. Okay, good. Fine. Right, well, Sartosa is going to fall. That's just a dead cert.
We are brave, mighty.
If I go and lay siege to that,
My orders, no, slay no foes.
and then
Let the council's voice.
oh, you can't quite. Well, no, that's not true.
Envoy of
You
council.
might be able to. You can indeed. Okay, good. So we can go and retake Mornington Crescent, and I'm going to be honest, shouldn't be too... I mean, fighting steam tanks and luminarchs is horrible in an open field battle. In sieges, you know, they don't really have the visibility to do much damage, so we should be able to kill Karl here. Retake Mornington Crescent. Unfortunately, Sartosa is going to fall to Marathi, which means we're going to have to head for Drakenhof as well. It's not a major issue, but considering how many armies I've seen wandering around, it might be a bit of a slog, but we'll worry about that next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.